Hey, come sit with me for a minute. I want to talk about a feeling, a very specific one. That moment right before you speak English in front of someone. Your heart beats a little faster. Your mind starts checking everything. Is this sentence correct? Is this the right word? What if I say it wrong? And sometimes, that checking takes so long that you just stay quiet instead, or you say something so short and safe, just to avoid the risk of a mistake. I want you to know something right now. This feeling is not really about English. It's about fear. And fear of mistakes is one of the most human things there is. It has nothing to do with how smart you are, or how many words you know. Some of the most knowledgeable learners I've ever met still freeze up, because the fear isn't about knowledge. It's about something deeper. Here's what I've noticed after years of teaching. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It never did. Real confidence comes from a completely different place, and once you understand where it actually comes from, everything starts to shift. Today, I want to give you 3 lessons, 3 real shifts that helped my students move from freezing with fear to speaking with warmth and steadiness. Even with mistakes, even when it's not perfect. Stay with me until the end, because lesson 3 gives you a simple step-by-step way to build this confidence. Slowly, safely, starting exactly where you are right now. Let's begin. Here's something powerful about language. The words we use inside our own heads shape how we feel about things, and one small word can carry a lot of weight. The word mistake is exactly this kind of word. Think about it for a second. When you hear the word mistake, what feeling comes with it? For most people, it feels heavy, a little embarrassing, almost like something broken, something wrong with you. Let me tell you about a student named Aditi. Every time she said something incorrect in English, her whole face would change. She'd stop, apologize quickly, and her confidence would drop for the rest of the lesson. One small grammar slip, and her energy just disappeared. One day I asked her something gently. Aditi, what if we stopped calling these mistakes? What if we called them gaps instead? Small spaces where your English hasn't fully connected yet. Not something broken, just something still forming. She looked at me a little surprised. But something about that word felt different to her immediately. Gaps don't feel shameful. Gaps feel normal. Expected even. Everyone learning anything new has gaps. That's simply part of building something. So we tried something new together. Instead of Aditi apologizing every time she said something incorrectly, she'd say quietly to herself, "Oh, found a gap." Almost like discovering useful information, not failing a test. This small shift changed something real inside her. She started speaking more, trying more, because each attempt wasn't risking failure anymore. It was simply revealing helpful information, information she could use to keep growing. Here's the psychological reason this works so well. Your brain reacts very differently to threat compared to curiosity. When something feels like failure, your brain tightens up, protects itself, often by going quiet. But when something feels like discovery, your brain stays open, relaxed, willing to keep trying. Here's your practice for today. The next time you say something in English that doesn't come out quite right, try this small phrase in your mind. "Oh, found a gap," Not I made a mistake, not I'm bad at this, just a simple, gentle noticing. Found a gap. You can even try this right now. Say a sentence out loud about your day. Any sentence. If part of it feels unsure or incorrect, just notice it gently. Found a gap. That's it. No shame attached. Just useful information for your continuing growth. This is lesson 1. Change the word in your mind from mistake to gap. This small shift moves your brain from fear and shame into calm curiosity. And curiosity keeps you speaking. Fear keeps you silent. Now let's talk about something people rarely connect to English speaking. Your body, your posture, your voice. These things shape your confidence far more than most people realize. Here's something interesting about how confidence actually works. Many people believe confidence comes first, then speaking becomes easier, but often it actually works the other way around. Certain physical choices. Speaking a little slower, a little louder, standing or sitting a little taller. These things can create a feeling of confidence, even before you fully feel ready inside. Let me tell you about a student named Tobias. He knew quite a lot of English, but every time he spoke, his voice became very quiet. His words rushed together quickly, almost like he was trying to finish speaking as fast as possible to escape the discomfort. I asked him to try something different one day. Not about grammar, not about vocabulary, just about his voice and body. I said, Tobias, let's try saying the exact same sentence. But this time, speak a little slower and a little louder than feels natural to you right now. He tried it. His sentence was still simple, still had a small grammar gap in it, but something about how it sounded completely changed. It sounded steady, grounded, like someone who belonged in that conversation. I asked him how it felt. He said honestly, strange, but also a little stronger somehow. This is such an important discovery, because Tobias didn't need more vocabulary in that moment. He needed a different relationship with his own voice. Here's the simple explanation behind this. When we're nervous, our natural instinct is often to shrink. Speak quietly. Speak quickly. Get it over with. But this shrinking actually feeds the nervous feeling even more. It tells your own brain, this is dangerous. Hurry up. However, when you deliberately slow down, speak a little louder than feels natural, your brain receives a different message. This is safe. I can take my time here. This isn't about becoming loud or dramatic. It's simply about giving your words a little more space, a little more weight. Enough to feel steady, even while your English is still growing. Here's your practice for today. Choose one simple sentence about yourself. My name is. I'm from. I like. Say it out loud in your normal voice first. Notice how it feels. Then say it again. This time slightly slower. And slightly louder than feels completely natural. Notice the difference. Not in the grammar, in the feeling. Try this daily with simple sentences. Slowly, this physical shift, practiced regularly, genuinely starts changing how confident you feel while speaking, even on the exact same words. This is lesson 2. Confidence often starts in your body, not just your mind. Speak a little slower, a little louder than feels natural. This small physical choice can shift your entire speaking experience. Now here's the final piece, and this brings everything together into real, lasting confidence. Confidence doesn't grow all at once. It grows gradually, through small, safe steps, repeated regularly. Many learners try to jump straight to the hardest situation. A big meeting, a stranger, a formal interview, and when that feels overwhelming, they give up completely, believing they simply can't do this. Let me tell you about a student named Grace. She wanted to speak confidently with her English-speaking coworkers, but every attempt felt terrifying to her. So we built something different together, not one giant leap. A small ladder, with gentle steps. Here's what her ladder looked like. The first step, speaking alone, just to herself, no one listening at all, talking about her day quietly in her room. The second step, speaking to something that couldn't judge her at all, her cat, a mirror, even just a photo on her wall, simple sentences, out loud. The third step, speaking with someone patient and warm, someone who wouldn't judge small mistakes. For Grace, this was her sister, who spoke a little English herself and was endlessly kind about it. The fourth step, speaking briefly with someone slightly less familiar, a friendly neighbor, a shop worker, just one small exchange. And only after feeling steady on these earlier steps did Grace move toward her final goal, speaking comfortably with her coworkers. Each step felt manageable because it was only slightly harder than the step before it. Nothing felt like an overwhelming jump. And here's something beautiful that happened. By the time Grace reached her coworkers, she had already spoken English out loud successfully, dozens of times. Her brain had already learned. This is safe. I can do this. This is exactly how real confidence builds, not through one brave leap, but through many small, successful steps, each one preparing you gently for the next. Here's your simple ladder to start building today. Step 1. Speak alone. Just talk to yourself about your day. 2 minutes. No pressure at all. Step 2. Speak to something that can't judge you. A pet, a mirror, even a plant on your windowsill. Step 3. Find one warm, patient person. Someone kind about mistakes. Practice a little English with them regularly. Step 4. Try one small exchange with someone slightly less familiar. A simple greeting. A short question. You don't need to rush through these steps quickly. Stay on each one until it feels comfortable enough. Then, gently move to the next. This isn't slow because you're weak. It's steady because steady is exactly how real, lasting confidence gets built. This is lesson 3. Build your confidence through a small, gentle ladder, not one giant, overwhelming leap. Each safe step prepares you for the next slightly bigger one. Let's look back at everything we talked about today. First, call it a gap, not a mistake. This small shift in language moves your brain from shame into curiosity, and curiosity keeps you speaking. Second, confidence often starts in your body. Speak a little slower, a little louder than feels natural. This physical choice can shift your entire speaking experience before your English even changes. Third, build your confidence through a small, gentle ladder. Alone first, then something safe, then someone warm and patient, then gently outward from there, step by step. I want you to really hear this next part. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It isn't a feeling that arrives one day out of nowhere. It's something you build. Quietly, through small, honest steps, repeated with patience. Every confident English speaker you've ever admired once felt exactly like you. Nervous, unsure, afraid of every small mistake. The difference is they kept climbing their own ladder, gap by gap, step by step, even on the uncomfortable days. You can build this too, starting today, not when you feel ready, because readiness comes after these small steps, not before them. So here's my question for you right now. Can you say one simple sentence out loud? A little slower, a little louder than feels natural. Just try it right now. I believe in you. I have watched so many students move from silent and afraid to warm and steady, speaking with real confidence, not because they became perfect, but because they kept climbing their own small ladder. Patiently, consistently, you can do this too. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this reach more people who need to hear it. In the next video, I want to show you exactly what to say when your mind goes blank in the middle of a conversation. Simple phrases that buy you time and keep your confidence steady. I'll see you there. Take care of yourself. And go find your gap today. It's simply the beginning of something growing.